There. Okay, let's try the scale. A major scale. Ready, go. Wow, mine was great. God, didn't even touch the fiddle today. Let's do it again. Make sure it was not a fluke. Ready, again. Okay, my D was a little sharp, but other than that, still good. Now, let's try the arpeggio. Nice and easy to begin with. Ready, go. Let's do it again right away. I had a sharp C sharp there. Other than that, it was very good. How about you guys? How you feeling? How's the key of A? Not bad. Let's up the speed. Do it one more time. Up the speed. Ready, 2, 3, scale. Jeez, mine's nice and comfy. Comfy key of A. You guys good? Even though we went faster? Still good? Good. Okay, so let's take a look at these two tunes. Morag and Leaving Lismore. So let's see what the transition's going to be like. Oh, it's lovely, actually. And that's because, I don't know if you noticed, but Morag is written out in 3/4 time, whereas Leaving Lismore is written out in 6/8 time. So do you hear how the tempo kind of goes up a little bit? So when I'm finishing off the Morag, okay, so kind of nice. It'd be a nice little lift to the tempo there. So anyways, let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. Just play them. Okay. A 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3. Let's do it again. One more. Here we go. Leaving Lismore. a nice set. They go together very, very well. Now, how did everybody feel about that? Pretty good? Yeah. Now, I played it very plain. I didn't put whole lot of stuff into it in terms of ornaments or anything because it was just a practice run. But I was thinking about it as we were playing, and there's a few simple things that you might be able to do. First of all, both of these tunes you can pretty well play on 2 strings for the whole time if you wanted to. Not that you would want to, but you could. The whole thing, and then also the Leaving Lismar. See that? The whole thing, and it all works. And it's just, just for practice, you could try a few times to have your bow on 2 strings for any of the little passages you want. Okay, so that's the first thing. Tunes in the key of A are often like that because you got your A and your E. So if you're playing notes on the E, it's only going to be A and G sharp and F sharp, and they all sound good with your A. That's got a little crunch, but then you go to this one, and it relieves the crunch, so kind of like... See that? It's really, really nice. So I encourage you to play around with that a little bit. Also, grace notes. Whenever I pull my first finger off of the string and go to play the open, I do a grace note. So I go kind of like this. See that? So just before I move on to the E string, I use my 3rd finger and I pop a little grace note in there. See that? Okay, and then also at the end. See that? It's really simple, but something that you can probably do, and something I do all the time. Okay, so we'll try it again, and maybe you guys can try a couple of those ideas, either playing on 2 strings or maybe trying 1 grace note when you go from 1 to open. Okay, and it's in Leaving Lismore as well. Do it all over that too. Okay, so let's try one more time, and you're going to try to put some dirt into it. Ready, go. love that little tune. So, anybody managed to get anything in there? Good. Excellent. Some double stops? No for you, Grace Notes, Debbie? Oh, good. It's such a nice thing and easy to do. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be doing it all the time. Okay? Very good. Very, very good. All right, that was a nice start. The key of A. Next request. You got to do the thinking for me. I've been painting all day. I can't do any more thinking. Debbie looks like she has one on the tip of her tongue. And Elaine, did I see you try to play it without the music and then you had to get the music? Belly Desmond, got it. We'll do it.
No, you know what? I had it in I don't know, in another key. And all of a sudden
Oh,
I think I had it in D.
that'd be
D
nice
string.
indeed.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't sound very good with when you're playing it in A.
Well, no, but it wouldn't sound the worst, although, because that's a fifth, right? It
Yeah.
would be like playing it. It would be like playing it on the D string and on the A string simultaneously. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that, and when you play a fifth, it kind of sounds like nice. So it would be kind of like this. See that? So it's not the worst, but it's not great. Because they call that parallel fifths. Fifths are good to use, but you shouldn't kind of follow a melody along with them because it has this weird quality. And when me and my friend Kim tried to make a record a long time ago, and we played this tune called "The Lady's Cup of Tea." It's a great tune. I'll play it for you because why not? Great tunes, awesome tune. The Lady's Cup of Tea. But he wanted to do it the first time exactly like that, with him playing on the D string and me playing on the A string, and he insisted on it. And so my brother still has it somewhere. So the whole first time through, we're doing parallel fifths the whole way. And then we kind of snapped together, so that part's cool. But I don't know, man. I was not really digging the parallel fifths that much. But you get these ideas when you're in the studio. Okay, so what do we got? Belly Desmond. Get him out. Two old Belly Desmonds. It's funny, I was playing on the weekend with Brian and Brian's ex-wife, Loretto, who's really amazing player. She plays flute and whistle and concertina and button accordion. She's brilliant. She's also from Sligo, and but it's so funny because we were talking about tunes outside, and I was like, "Why don't we do the Dingle Regatta?" And and Loretta goes, "But isn't that more like a polka?" And it's actually a slide. But the people from Sligo, they look down on polkas and slides because it's country music from the south. They figure they're a bunch of bumpkins down there. They call them carrymen. There's all kinds of carryman jokes, just like there are Newfie jokes, And so they do a lot of dancing down there. That's mostly what they do with the music down there is social dancing. So it's kind of like square dancing except Irish style. And it's mostly these little tunes, polkas and slides. So I love them, but I don't have these cultural biases, because I'm not Irish, so I don't care. But they kind of they don't enjoy playing them as much. So when we play dances, and I'm playing with those guys, I got to think of all the polkas and slides because they just don't play any. And they'll just play the same one all night long. You know what I mean? And it was funny because she said that, and then Brian was like, "Oh, yes, it's only a bit of a thing. Stupid little thing. No, don't bother doing that." I just find it hilarious. And the Dingle Regatta is a great tune. very cheerful tune. Anyway, there you go. Okay, so how fast do you think we have a chance of playing these polkas? I wish I had wrote down what we got to. Think we have a chance of doing it like that? Let's do it. Right on. Let's do 3 times each for the practice. Okay, they could probably use the practice. And we're in A minor, not far off. 1, 2, 3, go! Now that was a clip. How did you do? Anybody have an arm left? No. Did you make it? Did you kill any Germans? The odd one? No, nobody dropped their guns. So that's good. I think Bill might have dropped his guns, but he's allowed. So that was a clip. So I'll tell you how fast that was. It would probably be a ceiling, I would say. So okay. Any guesses? 75? Well, hold on. Polkas are different though. Dum 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 ba deedle daydle day daydle dum dee daydle deedle day dee dee deedle day. So it depends on how you're looking at it. If you're looking at it like this, so deedle daydle daydle day 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 day. If it's like that, you're at 60. If it's double, it's like 115 or 120, something like that. Okay? So that's pretty fast. That's it. Now, a normal polka, if I was playing a Kaylee and thinking of all the polkas, it would be kind of like this. So what's that? So that's kind of like in the 75 range for that halftime. You know what I mean? So it's up there. And you have to because it's the type of dance they do. It depends on momentum. And there's a lot of swinging. So if you're not up there, you can see that it's a lot of harder work for them. So you have to be nice and lively with the polkas for sure, and slides. Also very fast. So the Dingle Regatta, if I was playing it for a dance. And that last part is where the Irish people usually get up. Dee da dee 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 dee. And we did it at the Christmas concert with the orchestra, and a bunch of them got up. It was really good. It was quite hilarious. But anyway, so that's the speed. That's the normal speed for a polka or a slide. So you can see that it's definitely dance music. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, shall we try again? Should we try not so fast or just give it a go again at that speed? What should we do? A little bit on the back foot? Okay. That's fine. Okay. The Valley Desmonds. 1, 2, 3, go! Okay, how did you do with that speed? Was it better? Better success rate? More of the enemy destroyed or eliminated? That's good. Okay, so that's the polkas. If that was a successful speed, practice it at that speed. We will try it faster on the next occasion. Okay? Great tunes, though. I love them. How about you, Elaine? We haven't heard from you yet. What's your request for the all request lunch hour?
Um, have you done anything with Big John McNeil?
Not yet.
No. Okay.
Let's do it.
You want to do it?
Oh yeah, we were practicing it before. We were. I think. Did we go over it a couple times? Yeah, lately, and it's such good practice. So let's do it. Let's get into it. We're gonna go nice and slow at first, with accuracy and comfort of the hand. Okay. So you want to be accurate but still comfortable. Now you're going to have a little bit of a reach for the C sharp, no question. Here, and I showed you before, but I'll show you again. That's what my hand looks like when I'm doing C sharp. See that? So it's a stretch. I'm flat fingered. See? And I'm just shooting it up there. So that is, and I just preemptively shoot it up there, because I got small hands and I finally made peace with that in my own heart. And so I just kind of automatically shoot it up there, and it's usually enough. And I use that outside corner, okay, the hard part of my finger for the C sharp. So let's give it a go. Slow, accurate, comfortable. Then I'll put my tuner on so you can all tune to me. Okay. One, two, three, go. Big John break. Okay, now how was it at that tempo? Did it feel okay? Did it feel comfortable? Or like a lot of hard work? Okay, that's great. Very good. So we're going to take a little breather and then we're going to go a bit faster. Just the tiniest bit faster. What does your tuner think of you, Elaine? Are you getting a smiley face? Good. Elaine's using the
Some
tonal
smiley,
energy. What's that?
some smiley faces. Yeah.
Some smiley
Some
faces.
frowns.
Yeah, Elaine's tuner that she's using there is called tonal energy, and it's when you're in tune, it gives you like it's a round green face, and it's a happy face, and if you keep holding the note in tune, it gets happier, and which is quite pleasing. I gotta say, I've used it before. It's nice to get those happy faces. Okay, little tiny bit faster, just the teeniest bit faster. So kind of like this. Okay, just a little hustle. One, two, three, go. Okay, how do we do with the faster people? Oh no! Were you doing okay with the tempo before that? Okay. So that was, just to let you know. So what we did before was in the 50 range, and what we tried to do was in the 60 range. Okay, so keep that in your mind. So the 50 range is great for practicing, especially if you had success, and then you can try it at the 60 range. And again, you don't have to follow along the metronome. For most people, it's really hard to play with a metronome if you haven't done a lot of it. All you got to do is put it on for a few minutes, get the feel of the tempo, and then just turn away from it and give it a try. See what I mean? I find that's the best way, unless you can play along with the metronome, which is, ideal, but it's hard to do. Most people have a hard time playing along with a metronome. Have any of you guys tried? Astrid, you do probably quite a bit, right? And it's different on the fiddle, right? Because there's no waiting. You have to make the sound right from one end of the note to the other. So I'm sure that takes a little getting used to. And my advice with playing along with the metronome on the fiddle is you do it by the real estate, by the amount of bow. So when you're clicking along, and you find that all your quarter notes are using pretty well the whole bow, you use that to stay on time. You make sure all those quarter notes get your whole bow. See what I mean? And that gives you a way better success rate for staying steady, is doing it by the amount of bow. So it should be proportional for the most part. If all your eighth notes are a certain length of bow, then all your quarter notes should be a proportional length of bow. See what I mean? That's how I do it. So what I find when I'm playing with the orchestra, when I'm leading the orchestra, got to go nice and easy, nice and slow. And the way that I keep myself down there is length of bow. Always giving it a little bit more to make sure I get right down to the end every time so that I don't shorten and speed up. You see what I mean? So you might find that a different experience since you come from the piano, because with piano you just poke and wait, right? How about you, Debbie? Have you ever played with the metronome? No, it's difficult to do. With the bar on, yes? Okay, well, that's a start. That's a start. But like with some people, if you wanted to get, I should say before I go into this, you don't really have to play with the metronome. The metronome is a tool. If you're just playing tunes and you're playing along with first of all, my videos on the YouTube channel are mostly done with a metronome on. And there's a bunch of them with metronome markings on them. So playing along with them is playing along with a metronome. See what I mean? Also, CDs are often done to a click track. So if you're playing along with a CD, there's often going to be a click track there. So that's also like playing with a metronome. But playing with it is a good thing it's a tool, but it can be a little bit hard for some people because, first of all, what you got to do is you got to anticipate the click. So it's really hard. And for me, it was drilled into me in jazz school by going 50 on the metronome. And 50 is extremely slow. And to try to predict that next click coming. So, see what I'm doing there? In my head, I'm subdividing that. And with our music, it's all eighth notes. So in my mind, I'm going, see that? But then again, your danger is going to be your long notes where you can jump the gun and get ahead. Okay, so what I do with some people, first of all, just tapping along or snapping along to it, seeing if you can do that, seeing if you can keep steady with it, and then just playing a scale. See that? Just something simple like that, and you do it. You start really simple. 1 click per note, 2 clicks per note. That's it. See what I mean? It's easy and it's simple and it's the basis for your sense of time. That's what they call that, your inner metronome, right? Is your sense of time. Some people have a really excellent sense of time. I've worked on it a lot over the years, and I think that it's a lot of the reason that I'm so busy. But like my dad, for instance, terrible sense of time. He had one speed, I called it the cruising altitude, and no matter what speed we'd start at, the foot would get going and the tempo would go up to cruising altitude and stay there. No matter what. We went through a little period where we tried to play with a drum machine because the Battlefield band was doing it. Disaster. And he's trying to play along and he gets off of it right away and he goes, something wrong with that. So some people have a good one, other people it's not so good, and you got to work on it. But you can work on it, and it's all about anticipating that click on the metronome, being able to tell when it's coming and be able to tap with it or snap with it or whatever. And if you can do that when you get your bow in your hand, it's not going to be a problem. Okay? You should experiment with it this week or over the holidays. Oh, I was going to say, we'll do another tune before we go, but also I have a little holiday project that I think would be really fun. Okay? Everybody has to pick a Christmas carol and figure it out on the fiddle. Okay? You just got to figure it out. So, Silent Night. See what I mean? You can do it. If you know, if it's a really familiar one, you know the melody, you just pick a starting note. Hopefully it's an easy one. And you start trying to play that tune, and I'm sure that you can figure it out. Jingle Bells is a no-brainer. See that? Easy. So that's the project. So I hope to get a video of people playing Christmas carols to keep me company over the Christmas holidays there, because next week is Christmas, right? Next Monday is Christmas, yeah. So some nice Christmas videos would be really good. Okay. Now the last pick is going to be me, and I am going to pick the what do you call it? Jigs. John Allen's Jig and Cock of the North, right? Is that what we're doing? Those two? I think so. About to drive ourselves nuts with the Kiev. Kiev is good though. Good Scottish key. Okay, John Allen's Jig and Cock of the North. Which one are we doing first though? Is it John Allen's? Or is it the Cock of the North? Anybody remember? Don't know. I think it was John Allen's first. Let's do that. John Allen's first. Okay. All righty. A tempo. Oh, that looks like it's going to work. We'll give it a try. I'll give you a good big count in. 1, 2, 3, go! That was a stint. How you doing? How are the arms? Is it okay? My friend Megan, who plays the trombone, we were talking last night, and we have a lot of the same problems because it's kind of this, and it's kind of, and for me, it's like this, and so we both have this thing going on, right, with the shoulders always being in. And so she goes to see this massage therapist down in Chinatown. She just started going, and says that she gets up and walks on her back, and then grabs her, she's got these grab bars that she grabs onto and walks on the back, and then she gets down, puts the knees on the back, grabs the shoulders, and kind of, and Megan is like, it's so good. So I'm kind of thinking about going down and getting some Chinese lady to walk on my back. I used to get Sylvie to do it, but she got way too into it and started trying to do Irish dancing on my back, which is, I thought a little bit too extreme. So, no, I think I'll go down to Chinatown. Anyway, so how did you guys get along with that? Was it all right at that tempo? I'm not going to increase the tempo. I'm going to leave it on a high note. But it did occur to me as we were going along that there's lots of double stops you can do in those tunes. There's plenty of those grace notes that I was talking about before. Even in those tunes, there's lots of opportunities to do those. So when you're practicing, that's what I would kind of see if you can get in there. If you're having good success with the melody and nothing's really going wrong, see if you can get a few of those grace notes in there and maybe a double stop or two. Okay? Otherwise, I want to see those videos of Christmas carols and keep it at that tempo. Keep Big John at that tempo that we were doing it at, which is, it's a plod, but it's working. So we're going to keep it like that. And everybody have a great Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year. All right.
Yeah, good Christmas. Dan, just quickly, the
Oh, yeah.
last week's lesson, is that online now?
I'll see.
Recording?
I'll make sure right now when we're done.
Okay. Great,
Okay. Thanks
thanks.
for reminding me. See you guys.
Yeah, bye now.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.